We've lined up Japanese naked motorcycles that deliver comfort, reliable power, and upright ergonomics. You'll get tight prices, miles per gallon, and fit fixes that keep your back happy and wrists relaxed. Wait until you see the Middleweight that blends lightweight, torque, and peaceful range. Let's start at number 20, Kawasaki Z500/Z500 ABS. Start here if you want light, weight confidence with daily peaceful control, a naked that keeps wrists relaxed and posture upright. The Z500 feels friendly and balanced. Its refined fueling stays smooth and predictable for re-entry riders who value simple, reliable responses. Bars are natural, pegs are neutral, and the triangle feels ergonomic and stable, so low-speed turns stay calm and secure instead of twitchy. That 451cc parallel twin serves clean mid-range and efficient cruise, delivering easy thrust without drama or excessive revs. Real-world returns hover near 60 miles per gallon. The tank holds about 3 7/10 gallons, and seat height sits around 31 inches. Specific fit that keeps backs happy and knees comfortable. One rider shared, "I love the handling. It's almost telepathic." New pricing lands at about $5,599 for the ABS version. While used 2024 to 2025 25 examples commonly list from $4,600 to $6,600. Confident value with practical ownership costs. Steering is nimble yet stable, and modern brakes feel consistent with quality pads, so stop-and-go commutes stay quiet and controlled. Light negative. The compact tank means more frequent fuel stops on long, windy runs. Plan legs and enjoy the smooth cadence between towns. Add a small fly screen for a quieter pocket. Keep tire pressures dialed, and this chassis tracks straight with reassuring stability when crosswinds pick up. Crave a touch more mid-range without extra weight, while keeping the easy upright vibe. 19 adds it. Number 19, Honda CB 300R to featherweight control, gentle response, and upright ergonomics make this city and returning rider gem feel light, weight, reliable, and surprisingly calm in traffic. The neutral triangle keeps wrists relaxed, hips comfortable, and low-speed balance stable for confident mornings and quiet evening loops. The 286cc single delivers clean fueling and smooth throttle, so parking lot drills, tight alleys, and rolling starts stay predictable without drama, while maintenance cadence remains simple with practical access and strong parts, support that keeps ownership peaceful. Real-world economy often lands in the high 60s to low 70s miles per gallon when you ride with a light hand. The tank holds about 2 7/10 gallons for honest everyday range, and the seat height sits near 31 1/2 inches to keep footing secure at lights and sloped driveways. The chassis steers with easy precision. The gearbox clicks with silky clarity, and brakes feel consistent with fresh pads, giving you smooth stop-and-go rhythm on crowded boulevards. New pricing sits around $5,149, while used listings commonly range from $3,300 to $6,980, depending on year, miles, and add-ons. Strong value for riders chasing comfort and confidence. Light negative. Highway passing is limited. Short shift the mid-range, pick timing, and consider a small fly screen for a quieter chest on longer links. Crave classic feel with the same easy posture and none of the wrist pain. 18 brings retro stance and day-long comfort. Throttle with us, subscribe, and ring the bell so you catch every reliable pick. We drop price-tight buys, set up tips, and comfort fixes that keep miles smooth and stable. Number 18. Yamaha SR400. Old-school soul meets modern reliability with retro charisma, a narrow waist, and super neutral posture that keeps backs happy and hips comfortable on town loops and unrushed two-lane rides. Kick-only years add ritualistic focus and calm, and the mellow single's quiet cadence trims fatigue while the chassis stays stable over patched pavement. The air-cooled thumper sips fuel with consistent efficiency. Real-world returns often near 60 to 70 miles per gallon when the pace stays smooth. The tank holds about 3 2/10 gallons, and seat height sits roughly 31 inches, a combination that builds a secure footing and easy control at parking lot speeds. Service cadence is simple. Oil, valves, and chain are straightforward, and parts support remains solid thanks to a loyal community that values durable hardware. One rider shared, "This bike gets compliments all the time. It looks old, and when asked, I just say it's a 1978. Last U.S. pricing before discontinuation hovered around $5,999, and clean used examples trade between $3,600 and $4,900. True value for riders who want lightweight with classic manners. Expect gentle torque rather than sudden surge, so merges reward anticipation and smooth inputs. Rides stay peaceful, not frantic. Learning the kick sequence takes patience where applicable, yet dialed. The rhythm feels purposeful and satisfying. Want more power while keeping ease and upright comfort? 17 ups power, but keeps daily easy manners. Number 17. Suzuki GSX-S 750. Suzuki's GSX-S 750 brings practical muscle with reliable manners, a friendly middleweight 4 that mixes linear thrust with upright bars for day-long comfort. The detuned Sport Heart delivers smooth roll-on and steady mid-range, so city merges feel secure and backroads flow with composed rhythm. Fueling is clean. Many riders see mid-40s miles per gallon at a measured pace, and the tank holds about 4 gallons for range. Seat height near 32 inches and a neutral triangle. Broad bar, mid-pegs, supportive saddle. Keep knees relaxed and shoulders happy. Service stays straightforward. Consumables affordable, and parts support deep, keeping ownership calm and budgets stable. The chassis favors stable over twitchy, so corrections mid-corner feel controlled. And the bike rewards smooth lines rather than frantic inputs. New stock is discontinued. Used examples commonly list between $4,500 and $7,500. A value lane delivering authentic 4-cylinder silk. Electronics for many years have been minimal. No TFT in some ride modes, yielding a direct connection with distractions reduced. Braided lines and quality pads add firmer bite, a fork refresh steady support, and modern tires sharpen feedback without losing comfort. Want to shed weight and keep the easy temperament with approachable ergos? 16 trims weight and stays approachable. What's your highest mileage on one engine, and which seat or screen kept miles comfortable and shoulders relaxed? Number 16. Kawasaki Z650. The Z650 blends approachable power with calm ergonomics and easy steering, a reliable twin that keeps confidence high and effort low for riders who value comfort over drama. Smooth fueling makes responses predictable, and the neutral triangle, natural bar reach, relaxed peg drop, supportive saddle, delivers day-long stability without risk take. Expect economy around 50 to 60 miles per gallon, while the tank holds roughly 4 gallons for a practical range. Seat height near 31 inches pairs with a secure footing with upright visibility for parking and low-speed U-turns. Maintenance is practical, intervals are clear, and parts support is strong, so ownership feels calm and budgets stay steady. Chassis manners are balanced, mid-corner corrections feel controlled, and the bike prefers clean lines over aggressive inputs. Top speed of Kawasaki Z650. New pricing lands near $8,149, while used listings range from $3,149 to $8,300. Solid value for today's standard. Riders add braided lines for a firmer bite and refresh fork oil to restore crisp support. Modern tires boost confidence without sacrificing plush compliance. Push hard on choppy pavement, and the stock suspenders show basic limits, yet measured pace brings smooth poise and stability. Ready for the classic inline-4 hum, with a similar upright triangle and friendlier rhythm. 15 brings 4-cylinder smoothness without wrist pain. Number 15. Honda CB650F. Honda's CB650F brings mid-weight poise with inline-4 silk, a plush saddle and neutral reach that keeps shoulders relaxed and hips comfortable for long afternoons. The 4-cylinder hum is smooth at cruise, with clean fueling that makes neighborhood speeds peaceful, and highway passes simple. Steering is stable. Fresh tires and a fork service restore crisp support, and braided lines add firmer bite while preserving comfort. Expect economy in the low to mid-40s miles per gallon, a tank near 4.5 gallons, and a seat height of 32 inches. Specifics that deliver a secure footing and range. Maintenance is straightforward with clear intervals and strong parts support, so ownership feels calm and budgets stay stable. The chassis prefers clean lines and measured inputs, rewarding smooth arcs that keep wrists happy and backs peaceful. Used pricing runs $5,100 to $9,300. Value for riders who want 4-cylinder character without a crouch. In tight switchbacks, mass is noticeable, yet the broad mid-range keeps pace easily once roads open. A fly screen builds a quieter pocket, and soft bags handle duty, keeping balance. love the easy triangle and ride, yet crave a retro stance and a warm pulse. 14 keeps the easy ergos, adds retro style and torque pulse. Enjoying the ride? Smash like and hit hype. It's the way to support the channel and keep reliable. Comfort first picks coming weekly. Number 14. Yamaha XSR 700. Yamaha's XSR 700 brings light agility, neutral posture, and CP2 torque that makes daily rides smooth, peaceful, and thrill for riders who want a relaxed pace without losing spark. The roomy cockpit gives shoulders space and hips comfort, and the supportive seat keeps hours peaceful. Add a mid-height screen and airflow becomes quiet, sparing necks and wrists. The 180-degree twin delivers broad, tractable pull from low revs, so traffic gaps and two-lane roll-ons happen with confident ease. Real-world returns hover near 50 to nearly 60 miles per gallon. The tank holds about 3 7/10 gallons, and seat height is roughly 32 9/10 inches, specifics that keep footing secure and range practical. Exhaust sound of the Yamaha XSR 700. Service cadence is clear and parts support strong. Brakes welcome braided lines for a firmer bite, while a fork refresh restores crisp control and keeps ride quality plush. Stock suspenders feel plush when pushed. Set sag and fit quality tires to regain stability and confidence without losing comfort. New pricing sits near $8,599, and used examples run $5,500 to $8,500. Value with classic attitude. Want more stamina with relaxed manners? 13 scales up power and touring stamina. Number 13. Kawasaki Z 750. Old school inline-four. Smoothness with comfortable reach. That's the Kawasaki Z 750. A classic standard that gives bigger riders room, stability, and relaxed leverage without a crouch. The humane triangle, broad bar, mid-pegs, supportive bench, keeps hips comfortable and shoulders peaceful, while neutral geometry tracks straight through sweepers and crosswinds. The four-cylinder hum is silky and predictable, serving a clean mid-range that turns passes into quiet momentum rather than frantic revs. Expect economy in the low 40s miles per gallon, a tank around 4 1/2 gallons, and a seat height near 32 inches. Specifics that keep footing secure and range practical. Service routines are clear, parts support solid, and consumables affordable, so budgets stay stable for riders doing honest miles. Tires and fresh fork oil add crisp response, and braided lines bring firmer bite for predictable stops. New stock is discontinued. Clean used examples list from $3,300 to $4,500. Strong value for a durable inline-four that still looks purposeful. Mass is noticeable in tight hairpins, so the chassis rewards smooth lines. Once roads open, it settles into a peaceful, steady rhythm. Want a sharper chassis with updated manners while keeping a humane triangle? 12 modernizes the package with a crisper feel today. Don't hit the brake. Subscribe now and stay connected. More price-tight legends, setup checklists, and comfort mods that keep backs happy and wrists relaxed are rolling every week for you today. Number 12. Kawasaki Z 800. Plush seat comfort, humane ergos, and tractable inline-four pull. That's the Kawasaki Z 800, a standard that turns afternoons into smooth, peaceful progress without wrist strain or knee protest. The cockpit gives space, the bar offers leverage, and the bench stays supportive, so city chores feel relaxed. The 806cc4 serves linear torque with silky response, matched to a stable chassis that tracks straight two-up and shrugs at crosswinds. It nicely prefers clean lines. Expect economy in the low 40s miles per gallon. The tank holds around 4 1/2 gallons, and seat height sits roughly 32 1/2 inches. Specifics that balance secure footing with useful range. Service cadence is clear, parts support strong, and consumables affordable, so budgets remain stable. Fresh fork oil and quality tires bring crisp feedback without spoiling PLUSH compliance, and braided lines add firmer bite for predictable stops. New inventory is discontinued. Used listings range from $4,500 to $7,400. Solid value for a durable four. Mass is noticeable in tight pivots, yet once rolling, geometry calms and the bike settles into a smooth, confident rhythm. Prefer something lighter while keeping smooth fueling and relaxed manners? 11 drops weight and keeps smooth fueling nicely. Number 11. Honda 599 CB600F, a classic UJM with light mass and simple manners. The Honda 599 also called CB600F, delivers smooth inline-four character and neutral posture that keeps wrists relaxed and backs comfortable. The triangle is natural, friendly bar reach, mid-pegs, and a supportive saddle that carries miles without fuss, while the chassis stays stable and predictable on imperfect pavement. The 600cc4 hums silky at cruise and answers with clean pull, turning merges into quiet momentum. It rewards short shifts and steady cadence. Expect economy in the low 40s miles per gallon, a tank near 4.5 gallons, and a seat height of about 31 inches. Specifics that build a secure footing and practical range. Service cadence is clear, parts support strong, and consumables affordable, so budgets remain stable and ownership stays peaceful. Used pricing often runs $2,100 to $3,800 for tidy examples, real value for a durable standard. Without a fly screen, highway airflow meets your chest. Add a compact shield for a quiet pocket and less shoulder fatigue. Want more mid-range with a retro silhouette and a sharper chassis? 10 turns up retro style and mid-range with a modern chassis. What bar rise in inches keeps your shoulders relaxed and wrists peaceful? 1, 1.5, or 2. And why does setup feel stable for you? Number 10. Yamaha XSR 900. Retro modern attitude, roomy cockpit, and plush compliance. Yamaha's XSR 900 blends vintage style with modern control, so our backs stay happy and wrists relaxed and stable control. The 890cc triple serves effortless mid-range with smooth fueling, and the chassis feels stable yet lively, giving confident turn-in without twitch. Bars are natural, pegs are neutral, and the bench keeps hips comfortable for hours. Add a mid-height screen and airflow turns quiet, trimming shoulder buffet. Expect mid-40s miles per gallon, a tank about 3 7/10 gallons, and seat height near 31 9/10 inches, specifics that make footing secure and range practical. Service cadence is clear and parts support strong, so ownership stays calm while budgets remain stable. Braided lines add firmer bite, a fork refresh restores crisp support, and quality tires lift feedback without killing comfort. New pricing sits around $10,299, while used examples commonly run $7,000 to $10,000. Real value for retro flair with modern reliability. The stock short screen leaves chest wind. The fix is simple. Fit a modest shield for a quieter pocket. Ready for the same throwback vibe with more muscle and touring stamina. 9 goes Neo Retro with leader torque. Number 9. Suzuki Katana 1000. Neo Retro Poise meets grown man comfort. The Suzuki Katana 1000 pairs a GS XR-derived heart with upright reach and a broad supportive seat that keeps knees relaxed and shoulders calm. The 999cc4 makes linear thrust with civil manners, and the chassis tracks stable through sweepers, rewarding smooth, measured inputs. Add a compact fly screen for quiet airflow, without losing the iconic bikini cowl silhouette. Soft luggage keeps weekend duties organized while balance stays neutral. Expect mid-30s to low 40s miles per gallon, a tank around 3 1/10 gallons, and seat height about 32 1/2 inches. Specifics that keep footing secure and stance upright. Service intervals are clear and parts support deep, so ownership feels predictable. New carryover pricing sits near $13,879, and used listings commonly range $9,000 to $13,000. Serious value for leader pull with classic lines. Brakes respond to braided lines and quality pads for a firmer bite, while a fork refresh restores crispy control and keeps the ride plush over patched pavement. On tours, the smallish tank shortens legs, so plan fuel and enjoy the smooth hum between stops. Want the same character with less mass and more city ease? 8 pairs weight for urban miles. Number 8. Honda CB 300F. Featherweight confidence, low seat security, and chill throttle manners. The Honda CB 300F brings back into riding ease with reliable simplicity and city-friendly balance. The 286cc single sips fuel with consistent efficiency, and the neutral triangle keeps wrists peaceful, hips relaxed, and posture upright for traffic and errands. Expect mid-60s to low 70s miles per gallon, a tank about 3 4/10 gallons, and seat height around 30 7/10 inches. Specifics that make stops secure and range practical. Service cadence is clear, consumables cheap, and parts support strong, so budgets stay stable. Brakes feel solid with quality pads, and a fork refresh plus correct sag returns crisp control. A small fly screen adds a quiet pocket that spares shoulders. Original MSRP hovered near $3,999 before discontinuation, and clean used examples commonly list $2,800 to $4,000. Real value for simple commuting and light touring. Freeway sprints demand planning. The modest displacement prefers calm cadence and smooth roll-ons rather than aggressive passes, yet the chassis stays stable and the engine hums. Want the opposite energy? Jaw-dropping thrust, full electronics, and an upright stance that still treats backs kindly? 7. Brings supercharged torque. Number 7. Kawasaki ZH2/ZH2SE. Supercharged fury with surprising comfort. The Kawasaki ZH2 family delivers outrageous torque in a relaxed, upright triangle that keeps shoulders happy while the chassis stays rock solid at speed. The 998cc blown inline-four pours out thick mid-range with silky response, and the IMU electronics, traction, wheelie, cornering ABS, cruise quickshifter add secure control without muting character. Expect a realistic economy in the low 30s miles per gallon. The tank holds about 4.5 gallons, and seat height sits roughly 32 7/10 inches. Specifics that keep footing confident and range practical. The chassis is stable on imperfect pavement, brakes deliver strong bite, and the SE's electronic suspension brings plush composure with useful feedback. New pricing spans $18,199 to $20,199, while used listings commonly run $14,800 to $23,500. Serious value for aerospace-grade fun. Insurance trends high, and the appetite for fuel climbs when you chase boost. Ride the mid-range and the bike settles into smooth, low-rev momentum that saves wrists. Want fewer mass and friendlier dollars while keeping modern aids and a calm cockpit? 6 dials back, power for agility. Number 6. Honda CB 750 Hornet, lightweight, torquey thrust, and calm control. The CB 750 Hornet builds confidence for riders stepping up from 3 to 500 twins. The neutral triangle keeps wrists relaxed, backs happy, and the bar gives stable leverage for upright commuting. Honda's parallel twin serves eager, mid-range, and smooth fueling, so town pace stays peaceful while 2-lane roll-ons feel secure. Expect low 50s miles per gallon when short shifting and cruising. The tank holds roughly 4 gallons, seat height about 31 inches for confident footing. Service cadence is clear, parts support deep, and ownership remains predictable with simple intervals that keep budgets stable. Ergonomics matter when rides stretch. This cockpit brings plush foam, natural peg drop, and a reach that saves shoulders. Stock wind is basic. Add a mid-height screen for a quieter pocket and a composed neck at highway cadence. New pricing sits near $7,999, while used spans $4,500 to $6,600 plus, depending on miles and accessories. Brakes respond well to braided lines for firmer feel, and fresh fork oil restores crisp support without killing everyday comfort. Prefer Big 4 silk with that same upright poise and longer-legged rumble for touring days? 5 brings Big 4 smoothness in a classic platform, which matters most on long days. Seat width, peg drop, or a quiet wind pocket for genuine comfort and confidence. Number 5. Kawasaki Z1000. 2014 to 2016. Big boy presence, broad comfort, and smooth authority. The Z1000 delivers upright power with wide bars, neutral pegs, and a generous seat that spares hips. Kawasaki's inline-four is beautifully balanced, serving linear thrust and clean response, so city work stays calm, and sweeping 2 lanes feels stable and confident. Expect low 40s miles per gallon with measured wrists. The tank carries about 4.5 gallons, and seat height hovers near 32 inches for secure footing. Chassis geometry is composed. Fresh fork oil, quality tires, and braided lines add crisp turn-in and firmer braking without stealing dayride comfort for longer days. This generation feels solid at interstate cadence, shrugging crosswinds with silent confidence, while the gearbox remains precise and the clutch engagement friendly. New stock is discontinued. Clean used listings commonly run $7,000 to $10,000 plus, depending on records, miles, and tasteful accessories. Serious value for proven hardware. Earlier model years may skip modern rider aid suites. Riding remains direct and engaging. Yet, wet pavement asks for patient inputs and measured throttle discipline. Want that upright feel with a liter heart, plus fresh electronics and plush tuning from the factory, along with cruise options and refined mapping. 4 is Suzuki's upright leader with a modern electronics edge. Number 4. Suzuki GS-XS 1000. Detuned Superbike Heart, upright control and plush support, the GS-XS 1000 turns long days into smooth, confident miles without a crouch. Suzuki's Leader 4 serves torque everywhere and friendly fueling, so urban roll-ons feel effortless while highway passes happen with quiet authority. The cockpit is relaxed, broad bar, neutral pegs, and a supportive bench that keeps hips happy and shoulders peaceful over hours. Expect mid-30s to near 40 miles per gallon. The tank holds about 5 gallons, and the seat height sits roughly 32 inches for secure footing. Chassis manners are stable. Modern tires, fresh fork oil, and braided lines bring crisp response and firmer braking without bruising. Comfort. Electronics cover traction control and selectable maps on many trims, keeping power delivery sane when pavement turns patchy or temperatures drop. New pricing sits around $11,699, while used bikes commonly range from $6,500 to $10,500, authentic value for leader smoothness. Wind hits the chest at interstate pace. A tasteful fly screen builds a quiet pocket and keeps helmets stable on gusty afternoons. Craving a more elegant finish, refined wind management, and a silky 4 with premium trim for older backs and shoulders. 3 trades aggression for refined elegance. Number 3. Honda CB 1000R Black Edition. Neo Sports Cafe, refinement with relaxed poise. The CB 1000R Black Edition blends silky 4-cylinder flow with comfortable posture and steady wind shaping for a naked. Ergos are civil, roomy bar reach, mid-pegs, and a supportive saddle that keeps hips happy while wrists stay relaxed across long afternoons. Honda's Leader 4 is polished, delivering clean mid-range and a gentle surge that feels controlled, with a top-end song that still stirs the soul. Expect low 40s miles per gallon when cruising. The tank holds around 4 1/3 gallons, and the seat height sits roughly 32 3/4 inches for secure footing. Suspension is compliant. Fresh fork oil and correct sag settings keep the ride plush, while modern tires add crisp feedback without punishing backs. New pricing sits near $13,999, and used examples often run $10,000 to $13,000. Strong value for a premium finish and everyday reliability. Mass shows during tight city pivots, yet once rolling the chassis feels stable. Brakes offer predictable bite, and throttle delivery remains smooth and calm. Want full hyper-naked savagery with cruise control, IMU aids, and a cross-plane growl that feels muscle car bold with long legs? 2 goes full hyper-naked with cruise and a cross-plane growl. Number 2. Yamaha MT-10. Upright big standard with cruise, monster torque, and day-long comfort, the MT-10 turns long highways into smooth, stable rhythm while city hops stay peaceful and precise. The cross-plane inline-4 serves broad, low-down shove with a muscle car growl, yet throttle delivery stays clean and predictable. Older wrists appreciate that measured response. Full IMU electronics, cornering traction, cornering ABS, slide and wheelie control, selectable modes, and a quick shifter. Layer confident safety nets without muting character. Realistic economy sits in the low 30s miles per gallon if you ride with restraint. The tank holds about 4 1/2 gallons, and seat height lands near 32 1/2 inches, so footing feels secure without cramping knees. Ergonomics are roomy. A wide bar grants leverage, the saddle stays plush at distance, and cruise control keeps pace silent, so shoulders remain relaxed. Brakes are strong and consistent. Braided lines and fresh fluid sharpen feel, while quality tires return crisp feedback on patched pavement. Play hard, and thirst rises fast, so plan fuel windows and enjoy deep, unhurried thrust between towns rather than constant redline chaos. New pricing typically sits near $14,799, while used examples often range $9,500 to $14,000. Premium punch with grown man calm. One brings brand new leader muscle tuned specifically for senior comfort, like what you see. Hit like, and don't forget to hype. That's how you help us grow big time today. Number 1. Honda CB1000 Hornet SP 2025. Roomy upright ergos, leader class shove, and smart electronics make this Hornet feel smooth, stable, and genuinely relaxed for seasoned riders who still crave grin torque. Ride modes and traction control tame output for calm starts, then deliver solid mid-range when traffic parts. Power without punishment. The wide seat is plush, bar reach is natural, and the peg drop keeps knees comfortable. so 2-hour loops feel peaceful instead of stiff. Smooth fueling remains clean at low RPM, which reduces wrist fatigue and makes stop-and-go civil. When the road opens, the leader surge arrives with confident, linear pull. Expect a realistic economy in the mid-30s miles per gallon, a tank around 4 1/3 gallons, and a seat height roughly 32 1/2 inches. Specifics that balance range, leverage, and a secure footing at lights. Brakes provide predictable bite. Braided lines and fresh fluid keep lever feel consistent, while compliant suspension preserves comfort over patched pavement. New pricing lists near $10,999, and because it just launched, early used listings hover around MSRP depending on dealer fees. Value still feels strong given equipment and refinement. Availability and fees can vary by region, so patience saves dollars and stress. Click the next video to keep the ride going. Then subscribe for more reliable picks, like and hype this video, and keep your miles smooth.